Hey, Gretchen Uhe here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about the LifeWave Energy Enhancer patches and how they transform my life in 1 week. And that was way back in 2011, but I'll never forget it. And it just pivoted my life in such a great direction, not only with my physical being and having more energy, but in terms of thinking, wow, maybe I should consider doing this as a business. So let me share my screen. And I guess before I do that, I'll just show you. This is the envelope they come in. There's 30 patches in each sleeve or envelope. There's a little piece of white paper in the center of this envelope that divides white patches from tan patches. So keep that in mind that to use this technology, you need to use a pair at a time, a white and a tan patch. And so in reality, this is a 15-day supply, even though there's 30 patches in an envelope, because you have to use a pair at a time. This is a 15-day supply. So what did I do that first week? So I placed one set of these patches on my body each day. And I placed the white patch on the right side of my body and the tan patch on the left side of the body. So literally, I just did one of these locations each day. This is exactly what I did the first day. White on right, tan on left, slightly under the clavicle bone. And by the way, you don't have to be perfect about this location. The energy and light that is emitted from these patches radiates within 3 inches of the circumference. So you can be a little bit shifted here and you will still get the same effect. So keep that in mind. That's what I did the first day. The first couple hours, I wasn't sure anything was happening. It wasn't the kind of energy I'd ever had from drinking caffeine or anything else that was supposed to give me energy, right? It was totally different. It's very understated, but what was amazing is that later in the afternoon, I never had a slump in energy. After dinner, I could get my dishes done. I did laundry. It was amazing. So I took them off about an hour before I went to bed because I had heard that somewhere or read that would be ideal so that it gives your body time to kind of just relax and get more into a state where you're going to be able to get good sleep. And I got great sleep that night. And then the next day I used this location, but I didn't just use it on my right wrist area with the white patch. I also took a tan patch and put the tan patch on my left wrist. So that was how that worked. And again, I got a lot done. I was kind of questioning the day before, is this the placebo effect? But I got so much done on day 2. It was great. Day 3, I used this location, which is below the kneecap and slightly off to the outside of the leg. Again, white on the right leg and then tan patch on the left leg. You have to use both patches for this to work. And, again, I got so much done. I really felt that day with the ones below the knee that I got a lot more out of my workout. So I just remember getting on the treadmill and doing some things, and I was like, wow, this is like significantly easier for me. So that was wonderful. And then the following day, moved on to this location. And again, white on right, tan near the ankle on the left. And then the final day on the top of the wrist area, a few finger widths above the wrist, but on top of the arm on the right. And then tan was on the left again. And I tell you, that was just remarkable. So then I started delving into all the research because I felt so good. I knew I was going to want to continue using these. And the more I dug and the more I read the research, the more I was confident that these were really safe tool for me to use. And I started really considering seriously doing the business because I figured I wanted to tell people like it could help them, right? So that is my story. And I am so grateful to David Schmidt for turning this invention into a company that allows me to share something really wonderful with the world. Um, if you have questions, my email is down below. I would love to hear from you. And please like this video if it was helpful and subscribe because I have more videos coming out every week and for years to come because I just absolutely love the company, love everything about the products, and I hope you will too. So I hope this was helpful and thank you for watching.